Hey, I'm Adil. I'm happy to demonstrate you what our Linchpin devs have worked on the last 10 weeks. Everything I'm going to present you will be available in the Linchpin Intranet Suite version 1.1, which is available in the Atlassian marketplace. Alright, let's just start. As soon as users log in, they will be prompted with the Onboarding Assistant. The Onboarding Assistant, as we have mentioned in other videos before, helps users to provide crucial profile information that will help them get personalized information on the dashboard or information people can search, can use for the search in the Linchpin user profiles. As you can see right here, it's very easy to use. You can upload pictures, and if I click on Next, you will see the news module of the Onboarding Assistant. This is the integration of the Linchpin Enterprise News, where users can subscribe to news channels before entering the intranet for the first time. So as you can see here, we've provided 4 different news channels. I'm already subscribed to 3 different ones, and now I can just subscribe to the News Germany. And as soon as I've done that, just click on Finish, and now I will be prompted the dashboard of my intranet. Obviously, this area right here is about the top-down communicated news which are displayed in the cover stories. The selection I just made will be available or will be displayed here in the personal newsfeed macro, which I have added here on the desktop. And if I click on Subscribe to News, you will see that I already subscribed to News Germany here as well. This makes it easier for users to personalize their dashboard and actually get the information they are really interested in. So, if you want to configure the Onboarding Assistant, you will find it in the Confluence administration. All you need to do is go back to the Confluence administration, select Onboarding Configuration. On the top area, you can enable the Onboarding Assistant for new and existing users if you'd like. And down here, you will see the back end of the feature I just demonstrated to you. So this is where the news module is, where you can pre-select the news channels people can pick or subscribe to within their personal subscriptions. All you need to do here is add a new module, personal news subscription, add it, and then you can enter a headline, write a subline, and select the spaces you want users to select from. If you are adding a profile field to the user profiles and users have already gone through the onboarding experience, the Linchpin Assistant will help you collect the information for the user profiles. The Linchpin Assistant can be configured to display notifications to all users and asking them to provide specific profile information. Here I can now enter my phone number, which will be directly saved in my user profile. Same goes for news modules, which can be prompted to every user in order to promote existing news channels. I can subscribe directly to them right here, save them, and then my news subscription down here will change. In order to set up the Linchpin Assistant, you need to access the Confluence administration and click on Assistant Configuration. All you need to do is enter a name for a new notice, for example, expertise. Select the type of notice you want to create. I will go with Linchpin User Profiles, create notice, and now I get to enter display options. I can now enter a title. Please enter your expertise. I can select which profile fields I want to display here on the left column and on the right column. For example, applications, standards, and I can schedule the notice, as you can see. As soon as I click on Save, it will be available for all users. When installing Linchpin, you get to access different hubs, for example, the News Hub or the Event Hub. In order to access them, you had to scroll down to the footer and select the respective hub. A lot of you complained about that, saying that it's not intuitive to having scroll down till the footer. This is why I'm happy to announce that all the hubs are now accessible in the header, as you can see right here. I can not only access the hubs that come with Linchpin, but also the space directory and the people directory. If you installed any third-party apps such as team calendars or polls for Confluence, these will also be accessible right here. For administrators, we've also tried to make it easier to jump into the configuration of the single Linchpin apps. If you click on this icon in the header as well, you can now select a specific module of the Linchpin Intranet Suite you want to configure. But we didn't stop there. In order to make the navigation easier for users, we've also revamped the Linchpin sidebar. On the right side, you see a different appearance of the icons, and if I click on one of them, you see that we tried to align the sidebar with the new Confluence search look. So this is where you can still access your favorite pages, the contacts you've added from the Linchpin user profiles, or the apps you subscribe to from the Linchpin Launchpad. But you will also find the default Confluence features, for example, the recently visited pages, pages you've recently worked on, or spaces you recently accessed. In the last few months, we spent quite a lot of time to unify the user interfaces of our news hubs. Now, we took this distinctive left sidebar to the space directory as well. As you can see, we do now have the tile look for spaces as well. You can also always switch back to the list view to browse all of your spaces, or if it pleases you, you can also use the tile look as a default. On the left side, you can always use the default filters to narrow down the global spaces, personal spaces, favorite spaces, and archived spaces. As mentioned before, administrators can now access the administration of the Linchpin apps more easily by clicking on the icon in the header. What we're also introducing with Linchpin Intranet Suite 1.1 is the first steps overview that will help administrators getting started with Linchpin. As you can see right here, everything you can configure within the Linchpin apps is accessible right here. It is structured in corporate design and orientation, communication information, personalized information, configure user profiles, external tools and apps, onboard your employees, and bring your people together. Starting with this overview, you can make sure that you don't forget a valuable Linchpin feature and can always come back to this page if you need to change your existing configuration. For a lot of companies, it is very important to lay out their terms of use for their employees in order for them being able to access the intranet. This has proven to be a little bit difficult for organizations who use an intranet for employees that are located in different countries, hence speaking different languages. The new version of the Linchpin Intranet Suite supports multiple language versions of the terms of use. When I access the intranet for the first time, I will be prompted the terms of use, which I can see now in English. If I don't understand English and want to see them in a different language, all I need to do is click on this drop-down and select a version I think I'm understanding. I will now select the German version and will be prompted the German terms of use. All I need to do now is agree to them to access the intranet. To configure the terms of use, all you need to do is click on this icon in the header and select terms of use. You will be redirected to the Confluence administration, where you have to click on configuration again. And this is where you see our terms of use in two different language versions, German and English. If I click on this plus, I can add a different language. I would, for example, say I need it in French, and just click on this plus and close. Now I'm able to enter a French version of my terms of use. Unfortunately, I don't speak French, but I think you're getting the idea of it. As of today, the Linchpin Intranet apps are only available in English or German. A lot of you reached out to us asking us to support further languages, French or Finnish, for example. With Linchpin translations, you can now add custom translations, creating individual language packs that suit your customers best. So let's say you want to change the create button. Instead of create, you want it to be named add page. All you need to do is access the Confluence administration and look for Linchpin translation. click on this button right here, add a new project and give it a name. I will just name it Confluence, click on Save, and all I need to do is enter an I18N key, which I've already prepared. This key symbolizes this button right here. So I will just add this key and then add a locale. So this is where I can select the languages. I will select English United States because that's the language I've selected in my profile. Click on Close, and this is where I can write down Add Page. All I need to do is save and click on Install. All I need to do now is refresh this page, and you will see that instead of Create, the button is now called Add Page. Alright, thank you for watching this video. We are planning on publishing this kind of videos with every new release of the Linchpin Intranet Suite. This is why it would be very helpful for us if you share your thoughts with us. Was this video too long? Was it too short? Do you need more details? Please let us know everything that's on your mind. You can find further information in the description below. See you in 10 weeks.